Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's me, Kiaa, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be having some fun inking this beautiful little baby. I'm going to be using an assortment of Sakura pigment liners, whiteout, my Ohuhu eraser, and a 07 mechanical pencil. So if you didn't know, now you know. I'm a perfectionist, so I was just touching up a little bit of the details. I did do this drawing a while back before I decided to ink it on camera for you guys. So I'm just touching up a little bit of things that my eyes see that I'm not really too pleased with. So I started out with this 01 pigment liner, and it actually did not work out for me. I started out the baby hairs here with it, but it was way too fine for me. I did like the way it came out, but at that rate, it would take me for freaking ever. So yeah, none of that. I did switch to the 03 liner, and it worked out so much better than the 01. It would have taken me forever to finish with that pen. So yeah. Anywho, guys, here I'm just outlining the edge of the hair down to this part. Then I got distracted a little bit and just started basically stroking little strands. Eventually I will post a video on exactly how I draw my realistic looking hair, but for now I'm just inking. And it's a very similar process when I'm actually sketching and drawing the hair with pencil. The inking process is exactly the same thing, almost, just with a pen as opposed to a pencil. But I will definitely be covering lots and lots and lots and lots of hair because I am a hairstylist and an artist, and hair is just one of my fortes. I love drawing hair. I love drawing different styles and trying different things. But anyway, as you can see here, I'm trying my best to just draw straight lines, but this is where the hair curves, so I had a little bit of trouble here because the lines have to curve a bit, but I curved the lines at the wrong place. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but basically when you're inking hair, just keep in mind that you do need to leave some space for highlights and draw little strands going in a seamless line. And what I mean by seamless is I want the line to kind of fade into the style with no little curves in it at the tips of the line or, you know, imperfections. I just want it to seamlessly flow into the next curve of the hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm trying to make sense. I guess art is hard to explain. But basically, this is what I do. This is the most tedious part of the entire drawing, which is why I start with the hair when I'm inking. The hair is last, usually, for me when I'm sketching and drawing. But as far as inking, I always start with the hair because it is so tedious. Don't do too much at once. So work on it. Like you see, I'm working in small sections. I'm not trying to drag it all the way down at once. Unless I'm like outlining something specifically, I do not try to drag it. I try to just do light flutters until I reach my destination, if that makes sense. I don't know. I hope you guys can understand my verbalizing this art because art is hard to verbalize. I'm learning more and more. But don't worry, guys. I'm getting it down pat. I'm trying to find ways to describe things. I'm trying to find ways to explain things in a way in which you guys can understand me. I don't know if you guys can see what I mean by working in little strokes, but the only time I will actually drag the pen across the hair is when I'm sectioning off the different locks, the different parts, as you see here. And here, I forgot this little section on the side here. And of course, I have to go in and perfect everything as I go. In this piece, I really jumped around a lot, which I usually tend to do. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit more uniform for you guys and, you know, professional, but I was really jumping around because that's the way I draw. Like when I see something like, oh, that needs a touch of this or this needs a touch of that. Like it's just whatever grabs my attention at the moment and I start working on it. So don't forget, lightly with the pen. And at this part I had a hard time because I guess it's because it was at the bottom of the paper. I had a hard time doing seamless lines. So it's a little funky, like it's not perfectly straight. For a perfectionist like me, it's a disaster, but it actually came out pretty. I really do, well, at least with straight hair anyway. I like working very neat and just together. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway. So don't forget to exaggerate the undertones, meaning the shadows, as well as the highlights in the hair to make the photo pop a bit. When adding the shadows in the hair, it gives it a lot more depth. Okay, so that's basically it for the hair. And now we're going to be moving on to the eyebrows. So for the eyebrows, I like to start going up in straight little lines and gradually angling the lines to mimic natural eyebrows. And then just outline them a bit lightly. And I do the same for the other one. So for the larger details of this picture, I'm going to be switching to the 08 liner. So unlike the hair, when you are inking the bigger details like the eyes, you go in heavier, stronger strokes of the pen, just to make sure that it's a crisp, clean line. When it comes to the eyes, I try to be careful and just even everything out a little bit at a time to make sure that the eyes are symmetrical, because I feel like with the eyes, if one is different from the other, it's going to be such a big difference. Like So that's what I'm doing here. Just evening everything out so that it's even as possible. And adding little details. So now we're going to be moving on to the lips. For the lips, I just really am super careful to make sure that's a smooth line, because you can't make the line too thick just in case you mess up. So I really take my time with the lip. Not that it takes much work. So now I'm just trying to find all of the details of the picture that I can fill in with this 08 liner before I move on to the next and start doing the smaller details of the face. Okay, so switching to the 01 liner and doing the smaller details of the eyes, which is the hood here and the nose. And I really just lightly outline the nose because I feel like it's such a delicate little feature on the face. I don't want to like dig my pen in here. Now onto the lashes. The lashes are a little bit self-explanatory, but not really. I personally am still learning how to perfect my lashes, period. So honestly, I just try to clump them together in a way as opposed to doing single little lashes. I feel that it gives it a more dramatic / realistic kind of look. I don't want to just draw my lashes just shooting straight up, you know what I mean? So I'm doing it for the other side here, but I'm going to skip past that because it's a little bit covered by my hand, so you know. Okay, so our lashes are done and beautiful, and here is where I effed up. Okay, so I started to shade the lips with the pen, but I feel like I shaded the wrong way, or maybe I don't know. So I tried to blend it out with the pencil here, as you can see. Now I'm basically adding a bit of depth to the eye, just darkening the very top of it and creating like an ombre effect where the bottom of the eye is a bit lighter. So I'm switching to the brush liner now, and with this I'm going to be coloring in her shirt and framing the bottom of the picture. I just started to shade in the lips more with the pencil and add color because they really looked a little bit weird to me after I, tried to shade them with the pen. So, lesson learned. And here I'm just really shading in random places and, well, not random. I'm using my reference to shade, and you'll see my reference here. It's actually a picture of Megan Thee Stallion that she posted on Instagram a while ago. And, yeah. I kind of cartoonized her, if that's the right word. I made her look more like a cartoon than anything. But I am really going to be working on more realistic drawing and, shading and stuff, because cartoons and like animated type drawings, I really feel that it's not challenging enough for me, and I really want to be challenged. So I'm going to be using references and really trying to get a bit more realistic with my art. And I already see progress, so I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching the video until the end. I really hope you got something good out of the video. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next one.